Welcome back to Watching Film. Now we're going to take a look at the East Carolina defense. Like the offense, they've struggled at times this year. They do some different things. I think their aggressiveness has gone up since last season. I feel like they kind of sat back a little bit more last year, but they're going to be aggressive. They're going to blitz. They're going to try to give you confusing looks, but they're not super talented. They're not really good at tackling, and they have some trouble on the perimeter. So this should be a good chance for the U.S. offense to get untracked here. Let's start with some of what they do pretty well here. So you're going to see they'll go a lot of times at 3 down, 1 standing up. Sometimes it'll only be 3 down. This is an interesting box look. You have basically a 5-man box with these two guys splitting the difference between the tackle and the number 2 receiver. This is a box you should be able to run on, but these guys play the run a lot. So they're wide, but they're kind of playing the run. It's a little bit of, I think, of a take on the Iowa State tight front that's become so in vogue. But what they're going to do here is bring pressure, roll him to the middle, and he's going to roll down and actually intercept a pass on the first play of the game against Georgia State. So right here, bringing pressure. So trying to get him, open up the gate there, take the center. So now when he comes out here, there's my lane for my late blitzer there. He's going to be coming through that big lane that's been opened up. Quarterback throws it quick. He didn't see that the safety came from here down to there, and now he's jumping all over this hitch route. And he takes this all the way back for a touchdown, the first play of the game. So using the pressure and using movement in the back end to kind of confuse the quarterback. Here's another. So they're a UCF. They're not afraid to come up and play. They're going to bring, you got kind of a slant there, and they're going to bring 2. 1 outside, 1 inside. Again, right here, get the guard to come to the slant. He widens for the outside rusher. You have him coming through here free. UCF kind of just the quarterback ends up stepping on the back because the back doesn't step up into pass protection. And he kind of messes this throw up, but they're not afraid to play man against UCF, especially down in the low red zone here. So, they're not going to be afraid to do that against USF either. Here's bringing another blitz. So you're going to see some movement up front. So right here, in through here, out. And then if they do a good job and pass this off, well, he's coming over here too. So you're trying to kind of overload that. He goes out with the back. Looks like some type of man-to-man, at least underneath. And then you're able to force a bad throw. So I would expect them to try to heat USF up. But what happens when you bring pressure? Well, you leave your guys on an island a lot of times with some type of man at least underneath. So right here, these guys looks like they're trying to prevent them from coming inside. But you still got to stop it. Right there, easily gets across face for an easy slant throw in a huge window right here. I mean, he's got hash to hash all to himself. So if you bring pressure and you want to play kind of up in people's faces, you better be able to play on the back end. And I don't think they're great on the back end. And you better not bust coverage either. This is just a straight vertical choice by the slot. Here's the slot right here. You can see it's a vertical choice because these guys just jog off the ball. He gets to pick whether I want to run a post or a go. He just runs a straight go and runs by everybody. There's not a lot of disguise to this. He just runs right by him. Maybe we'll see one of USF's young explosive receivers. Maybe a little Marion Dollison on the vertical choice type thing. Here's something they really struggled with, I thought, was defending the perimeter in the run game, and that's where USF loves to attack in the run game. So right here, if they are trying to do some of this Iowa State tight front stuff, what that does is it puts this defensive lineman inside of the tackle. He's on his inside shade, and they want kind of these outside players to be those kind of perimeter defenders in the run game. Now, they slant to the field here with this blitz coming off the edge, but UCF's running outside zone, which is something I think USF likes to run, and then they'll run a lot of stuff kind of horizontally in perimeter-based runs. And you'll see here, they don't move well, I think, on defense. When you kind of stretch them to the perimeter, they seem to struggle. Here's another look at what's to be a wide zone with kind of the tight end H-back on the safety or on the first thing on the perimeter. Just cut upfield. Make them run sideline to sideline. I don't think that's their strength. And then right here, you can go right at him. If you catch him, right, if you catch him into the right slant, this is what happens when you can be aggressive. You can get caught out. So right here, they catch him in the wrong gap. Two guys in the same gap, it looks like. Well, thank you. You just opened it up for me. And they're not a great tackling team on the back end. A lot of guys are reaching with arms, kind of waiting on people to get there, not really bringing anything to the party, so to speak. Another wide zone stretch play, get vertical, and then run by some people. Again, you bring the blitz, you better get there, because if you don't, now you got guys out in space. And it's not like this guy's some speed demon either. Another perimeter run. So here looks like I might be pinching or slanting in here. He's supposed to be my guy off the perimeter for the perimeter run game. He just kind of gets run by, misses the tackle. Bad angle. 17 is not a very good tackler. He's the guy that made the pick six, but I don't think he's not great in the open field. He's a reacher. And then again, this is like an Olay tackle right here. You don't have everybody, you don't have gap integrity. You get long runs. And then this is kind of a bizarre look here. You got 4 deep. And then you still get beat over the top. Another wide run here. I would think you'd see a lot of perimeter run game. Little play action. Nobody's in the middle of the field. And then another thing, if you're going to be really aggressive and play man coverages, you see he's running with the motion. So you know nobody's deep in the middle of the field here. Just give your guy a shot. If he wins outside, which it seems to be, everybody seems to win outside against these guys, you can hit some plays down the field. Here's a look at their tackling. Just a lot of reaching. They're not very good. Again, another perimeter wide run. Get them moving laterally. Cut it up inside. Same thing here. Make them run to the perimeter. Make them chase. They're not especially athletic. And they're just really not very good on defense. They're trying, I think, to overcompensate with being really aggressive. But this is not a great defense. Citadel's probably worse, but they're nothing close to, this ECU team's nothing close to Notre Dame or Cincinnati on the defensive side of the ball. So this should be a chance for USF to get going on that side of the ball. And hopefully we see some positive play from the quarterbacks this week and the U.S. offense gets rolling after a couple really bad weeks. But we'll see. If they can't get it going this week, it's going to be a rough year.